Hi, in this video, we're going to look at combined linear inequalities. Now, in previous videos, we have looked at inequalities where x has more than one given value. As an example, we looked at x is greater than or equal to -1, but smaller than 3. Now, we are going to look at how we go about solving for x when we have two sets of given values. Before we begin, I'd like to go back to equations for a second. When we worked with equations, we learned that what you do to one side, you do to the other. If we add on one side, we add on the other. If we multiply on one side, we multiply on the other. This rule applies for all operations, and we can apply this rule to inequalities as well. Let's look at an example. Solve for x in the following equality. 5 is smaller than or equal to x plus 3, which is smaller than 8. Now, the aim here is to get this x value by itself. And what we do to the middle of the inequality, we do to both sides as well. So, to get x by itself, let's subtract this 3. So we can say minus 3 on this side and minus 3 on this side as well. Now we have 5 minus 3, which is 2. Then we have a smaller than or equal sign. In the middle, we are now left with x. Then we have smaller than 8 minus 3, which is 5. And now we can see that x is greater than or equal to 2, but smaller than 5. Let's do another one. 5 is smaller than or equal to 3x minus 1, which is smaller than or equal to 11. Now the first step is to get our x term by itself. So we need to get rid of -1. So let's add 1 to both sides. On the left, 5 plus 1 gives us 6, smaller than or equal to. In the middle, we're left with 3x is smaller than or equal to 11 plus 1, which is 12. Now to get x by itself, let's divide by 3. Now we divide by 3 on this side and on this side. 6 divided by 3 is 2, smaller than or equal to. Here our 3's cancel, and we have our x term is smaller than or equal to 12 divided by 3, which is 4. Here we have -15 is smaller than 1 minus 4x, which is smaller than 5. Let's start by getting our x term by itself. So we need to get rid of this 1. So let's subtract 1, and we subtract 1. -15 minus 1 is -16, smaller than -4x is smaller than 5 minus 1, which is 4. Here we have -4x, but remember, we always want a positive x term. So, to make this positive, we have to change the signs of our other values as well as the direction of our inequalities as well. Here we have -16, so let's make it positive. We have smaller than, so we're going to have greater than. -4x becomes positive 4x. Smaller than becomes greater than, and 4 becomes -4. Now to get x by itself, let's divide by 4. So we divide 16 by 4, and we get 4 is greater than 4x divided by 4. The 4's will cancel, and we have x is greater than -4 divided by 4, which is -1. Let's do another one. -3 is smaller than 2 multiplied by x minus 1 is smaller than or equal to 1. Now, here we have a 2 outside of the bracket. 3 and 1 are not divisible by 2. We will get fractions. So in a case like this, let's expand our bracket. So we have negative 3 is smaller than 2 multiplied by x, which is 2x, 2 multiplied by negative 1, which is negative 2, is smaller than or equal to 1. Remember that when you're expanding the bracket, we are simply rearranging the terms, so we don't have to do anything to either side of our inequality. But now we want to get 2x by itself, so we need to get rid of the negative 2. Let's add 2 on this side and on this side. Negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1, which is smaller than 2x, which is smaller than or equal to 3. Now to get x by itself, let's divide all of our terms by 2. So over 2, over 2, and over 2. Now we have negative 1 over 2 is smaller than, the 2's cancel, and we have our x value, is smaller than or equal to 3 over 2. Now we have 6 is greater than or equal to 2 multiplied by the bracket x plus 1, which is greater than 12. And if you want to, we can expand this bracket over here, but we have a coefficient of 2 outside the bracket, and 6 and 12 are even, which means they're divisible by 2. So let's divide each of these terms by 2. So we can say over 2, over 2, and over 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, is greater than or equal to. These 2's cancel, and we're left with x plus 1, x plus 1, which is greater than 12 divided by 2, which is 6. Now we can get x by itself, so let's subtract 1 from each side. So we say minus 1 and minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2, which is greater than or equal to x, which is greater than 6 minus 1, which is 5. Let's do another example. Negative 1 is smaller than 1 over 3 multiplied by x minus 2, which is smaller than 3. The first thing we need to do is get rid of this fraction over here. And we do that by multiplying each section by the denominator. Our denominator is 3, so we can say multiplied by 3 and multiplied by 3 on this side. Negative 1 multiplied by 3 is negative 3. Then we have a smaller than sign. We're multiplying this section by 3, so our fraction will cancel out, and we're left with x minus 2 is smaller than or equal to 3 multiplied by 3, which is 9. Now to get x by itself, let's add 2. So we can plus 2 over here and plus 2 over here. Negative 3 plus 2 gives us negative 1, smaller than x, which is smaller than and equal to 9 plus 2, which is 11. Let's do one last example. 1 over 4 is smaller than or equal to x over 12 plus 1 over 3, which is smaller than or equal to 1 and 1 over 6. Now, the first step is to turn this into an improper fraction. 6 multiplied by 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7, so this becomes 7 over 6. Now we need to find the lowest common multiple in our denominators. 4 multiplied by 3 is 12, and 6 multiplied by 2 is 12. So 12 is our lowest common multiple. So let's multiply each of these fractions by 12. And now we can cancel. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 multiplied by 1 is simply 3. Now we have smaller than or equal to. Here our 12's cancel, and we're left with x. And our next fraction, divided by 3, gives us 1. Divide by 3 gives us 4. 4 multiplied by 1 is 4. So we can say plus 4 is smaller than. Divide by 6 and we get 1. Divide by 6 and we get 2. 2 multiplied by 7 is 14. Now all we have to do to get x by itself is move the plus 4 over here. So we're going to minus 4. Let's say minus 4 over here, and minus 4 on this side. 3 minus 4 is negative 1, smaller than or equal to x, which is smaller than 14 minus 4, which is 10. Please work through some questions in this section before continuing with our videos.